WWDC 2026 was different. No flashy new feature, no redesign. Instead, iOS 27 feels like a repeat of the legendary iOS 12 WWDC. It focuses entirely on performance, stability, and polish. The result? App launches up to 30% faster, AirDrop up to 80% faster, even old iPhones start to feel new again. But then, that's just the start. So what's actually new under the hood? Apple rewrote core components. They fixed bugs, they optimized the system from the ground up. App launches up to 30% faster, photo loading speeds in the Photos app is up to 70% faster thanks to a quicker processing pipeline, and AirDrop transfers are supposedly 80% faster. I'll test that when the stable version drops though, because I don't think the speed changes with AirDrop are here just yet. This isn't just for new hardware. iOS 27 supports every device that ran iOS 26, including the iPhone 11 series. That's a 2019 phone that was already on its last legs with the iOS 26. Hopefully iOS 27 gives it the support to stick around for a little bit longer. But there's a catch, and it's a big one. The older your phone, the less you'll get of the new AI features. Now keep in mind, I'm running a developer beta 1 of iPadOS 27 here. It's identical to iOS 27 beta, so this is going to be a fair demo. Alright, visually, iOS 27 is all about polish. App icons have been revamped, so they're bolder, higher contrast, much more readable, and they look like they're made up of actual glass now rather than pretending to be one. The liquid glass effect has a significant upgrade. You now get a slider to control the transparency. You want that frosted glass look dialed right up? You can. Nothing major, but everything just looks cleaner. Small changes that add up to a more premium feel. But here's the real star, and the majority of the keynote: Siri AI. This isn't the Siri that you know. The new Siri has its own app, a chat-style interface that works like ChatGPT or Google's Gemini. And it finally delivers on the original Apple Intelligence promise by being agentic. It can pull information from other apps, see what's on your screen, understand context, and help you take action. The camera app gets a whole new Siri mode as well. Pointed at a landmark, a product, a plant, it identifies, analyzes, and searches much better than before. But, and this is a big but, not everyone gets the full experience. Here's the catch: the hardware divide. Apple Intelligence is here, but the best on-device AI features, running locally, instantly, and without sending your data to the cloud, they require a minimum of 12 gigabytes of memory or one of the latest iPhone models. Well, not quite. They're exclusive to the iPhone Air, the iPhone 17 Pro series, the M3 and the M4 iPads, and Macs. Even the standard iPhone 17 with 8 gigabytes of RAM misses out on the most advanced on-device AI. It's a clear new dividing line for Apple. And regionally, I've got some bad news too. In the EU, the new Siri AI will not be available at launch. In mainland China, Apple Intelligence features are temporarily unavailable as well, while Apple works with the regulators. So for many users, including myself in the UK, iOS 27's headline feature remains out of reach. But even without AI, there are long requested quality of life improvements. You can finally adjust notification and ringer volumes independently. No more loud notifications ruining your quiet environment because you wanted the ringer up. The new search or ask interface, swiping down from the dynamic island, integrates Siri and system-wide search like never before. And a small but brilliant addition, the clock app now recognizes public holidays and gives you the option to skip your alarm. No more waking up early on a bank holiday because you forgot to turn it off. AirDrop has been optimized to be up to 80% faster, but I can't really speak to that speed just yet because I am on a developer beta, but I'll keep you updated once the new betas drop, so hit that subscribe button if you want to be the first person to know. The Photos app though gets serious AI editing upgrades too. There are 3 new additions that work surprisingly well for being on the first beta. Cleanup gets a much needed AI assistance to recognize and select subject, remove it from the image, and clean the area really well. Reframe lets you analyze any image from a gallery and gives you a fair amount of movement in 3D space to reframe your shot. Again, something that works really well already. And finally, we have the expand feature that lets you crop out of your image and automatically fill in the rest of the background. Sure, these things have been on Android for a long time, but Apple has finally given up on developing these settings from the ground up and took Google's help to help with training models and get the basic framework to hit the ground running. So here's the bottom line. iOS 27 isn't about reinventing the wheel. It's about making the wheel spin much faster, with a smarter assistant, a cleaner interface, a genuinely useful AI. If you've got an iPhone 11 or newer, your phone just got a little bit faster. If you got an iPhone 17 Pro or an Air, you're getting a glimpse of Apple's AI future. But the question is that enough to upgrade? Let me know in the comments. If this helped you understand what's actually in iOS 27, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.